The greatest team to have ever played the beautiful game have come under a bit of stick recently on our style of play. And with 3 of our last 4 games being draws, it's fair to say that the critics may have a point that our style is, dare I say it, boring. But I'm going to explain why it's boring, but necessary. Now, first we need to see what has really changed with our style of play and when did it change. For me, there was a clear shift in performances after the Tottenham game and before the Porto game. Now, let's look at some stats. After the Tottenham game, we had an average possession rate of 55.5%, whereas for games post-Tottenham, we have had an average possession rate of 49.2%. Now, such a significant shift in the playing style has to be down to something. You may be thinking that this is purely down to Ten Hag changing tactics, but there is one key injury that I don't see a lot of people talking about between these 2 versions of the side, and that injury was to Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie has an average pass accuracy of 88.3% this season, with the only Man United player having a higher pass accuracy being Christian Eriksen at 91%. So if you were to look on paper, both keep the ball well. If anything, Eriksen keeps it better than Mainoo. So why can't we maintain possession when Eriksen is in the side? And the answer to that is the defensive side of Eriksen's game. Mainoo has the legs to defend, whereas Eriksen, he's a bit shaky. When we look at Mainoo's defensive work in comparison to Eriksen's, it's a night and day difference. He excels in tackles won, interceptions, duels won, and all of these actions are winning possession back for the side. Now, let's look at Eriksen's. His defensive stats are almost non-existent. When defending, Eriksen is about as much use as a mannequin on the training pitch. So when people say we aren't going all-out attack and the playing style is boring and unsustainable, this is why. If Ten Hag told these players to go all out and go up the pitch, we would get absolutely demolished time and time again. Eriksen can't defend. Ugarte, despite having a positive performance against Fenerbahce last night, is still finding his feet, and Fernandes does actually have a very good defensive side to his game, but obviously is in the side to mainly focus on creating. Ten Hag is clearly waiting for players to return before we can play expansive football again, and Eriksen's lack of defensive ability explains why he would play Mazraoui at number 10. We're in survival mode right now due to our injuries, but once we're back to full strength, we will return to playing expansive, proactive, front foot football. At the moment, we just don't have the clientele to do that without getting absolutely run through. Manchester United's current style of football is boring, but necessary. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, drop a like, and keep the faith in Ten Hag. Really appreciate you tuning in, and Godspeed.